Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Small Guy on Main Street, where I interview local small businesses and entrepreneurs and have them tell the story of business, right? In this interview, I am with Christian Huerta, owner of Quick Fix Furniture Repair in Los Angeles, right? And he's a mobile service that fixes furniture, right? And relatively in a quick sense, right? You can go ahead and check out more of his work in the description below. I put a link for him on his TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, check out the video, right? Subscribe, like, comments, right? But yeah, this is another business owner with a lot of information, a lot of good information, right? Especially for the service business out there. But please enjoy the episode and don't forget to subscribe, right? And follow. Thank you, guys. Here's Christian Huerta with Quick Fix Furniture Repair, and his newly wrapped van. But check out his work. It's all on TikTok and Instagram. But for now, we're going to go into the interview. Enjoy. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. Today, our host is Christian Huerta from Quick Fix Furniture Repair.
That is correct. I am Christian Huerta from Quick Fix Furniture Repair.
How are you?
I'm good.
How's your week been?
It's been busy, thank God.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So far in the beginning of the year, how you see it?
I see it very promising. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's good, man. So tell me, you fix furniture, right? That's in the name.
Right.
Right. And you travel around, many places.
Right.
Can you tell me a moment when you're seeing one of the strangest or funniest things out there?
The funniest thing is some people, they tend to want to clean up their mess while you're there. So, let's say they call me, oh, can you come fix my bed frame, right? But they have the bed sheets, all their ropa, all their clothes, and all kind of stuff in their bed. And then I get there, and they're like, oh, let me clean it up for you. And then you flip the bed over. Oh, let me clean it up for you. There's like tons of mess. So to me, that's funny because they're never ready.
Yeah.
They're never ready for me to just get to work after, you tell them, can you have the space clean?
Well, yeah, I guess they know what you're there for.
Yeah.
They don't see it as they need to. And so you're like, well, I really can't do it unless you clean this up. Oh, man. No, that's cool, man. So tell me, I think you were born in Mexico, no?
Yeah, I was born in Tijuana.
Tijuana. Okay, cool, man. And how long you been over here in the States?
I've been here since I was 6 years old. So about, maybe like 30-something years.
30-something years. Oh, cool, man. You visit? Do you still go visit Mexico?
No, I haven't gone to TJ. The last time I went, it was like when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have no family over there. All my family's here.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Not much of a reason, no?
Yeah.
But you traveled to Mexico before? Besides Tijuana?
No, I haven't. I'm not too much of a traveler.
No. You say you travel too much for work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive over there.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so, all right. Quick Fix, right? Furniture repair. How do you came up with the name?
You know what? It just, to be honest, I've always been that person just thinks about different business names, right? It just comes to me. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do something that like a fast service. I didn't want to fast furniture repair. So the best way to put it will be Quick Fix. Quick Fix Furniture Repair. And that's how the name came along. Like, it just was more of more natural than fast fix.
It does sound good. It does sound free flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I like the flow. Quick Fix Furniture Repair.
Yeah. That's good. So it was I'm not gonna say it was easy,
Nah,
but
it wasn't easy.
the name. I mean, you were thinking about it for a while.
Uh, I would say no.
No.
It just, before I even started, I already had the name in my head. Like, uh, I like this. I like more like you said, like the flow. Quick fix furniture repair. I know there's a bunch of people that use quick fix, but to me, I like it. I like quick fix furniture repair.
Nice.
I think it's easy for the people to remember, and most of the times, the people they're impressed. Like, oh my god, you live up to your name, quick fix furniture repair. You guys, you are quick.
Nice. That's good. How'd you get started? I mean, I believe you started somewhere around 17 or 18, 2000.
Yes, we established a name 2018. First, I used to work for Ashley's Furniture, and I used to do service calls for them. But prior to working for them, I already had an idea that this is something that I wanted to do, be my own business, right? So I just didn't know how to get started, right? So I started repairing, working, doing production houses and fixing cabinet work, cabinet repair and cabinet touches and that sort of thing. And then the recession came, so ended up with no work. So I started doing a job and stuff like that. Eventually ended up at Ashley's Furniture Repair. And like I said, that's already an idea of somewhat of what I wanted to do. So I learned the way they did it, and then so I could, in the future, use the same methods for my business. For them was more of a warranty service. For me was something people needed. They need their furniture repair regardless if they have warranty or not. So I worked for them for a few months, and then I jumped to another company doing the same type of repair service, and then eventually started doing contract work. And to then ended up in 2020 just flying solo, just quick fix furniture repair on his own.
Also in 2020, and I mean
During the
that's
pandemic,
yeah,
yeah.
the start of the pandemic.
Yeah, what happens, I was doing service calls for the warranty companies as a contractor, and there's a lot of people there and responsible, and I went to a few customers, and when I was at their door, they were like, oh, we somebody has COVID here, but if you want to, you can still come in and do a repair, right? And I'm like, no. So then from there on, I stopped working for about 3 months, and then I told my wife, you know what, I can't stay home. I gotta do something, because we gotta pay the bills, and they're gonna start piling up. So I decided to put myself on Yelp to see, if I got work from there, and fortunately, because of the pandemic, people are home, and they're on their sofas, and they're noticing more stuff that needs to be fixed. So work started picking up after that.
Nice. Okay, I see. That's the first. You put yourself on Yelp, right? I mean, did you plan on using Craigslist or putting yourself on other platforms?
My main platform was Yelp and Google, for the fact that there were places where, people nowadays where they search.
Yeah.
So I figured if I put myself on there, more likely there's somebody they'll need my service and call me. And the good thing about Yelp and Google is that you have to pay a fee, right? So you pay for them to give you leads. So by you already doing that, you're establishing that you're gonna get some type of people requiring your type of service.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. I see. Tell me, a little personal. What is your passion? Like, what is something you like to do?
Well, I like to make monsters for Halloween.
You don't
I
say.
like to make props, yeah. So that's one of my passions since I was a little kid. So, like in my neighborhood where I live, every Halloween I deck it out me and my family. So that's one of my passions. I like art, so I like to create. So every Halloween, I make my own props. Um, People in my neighborhood sometimes don't tend to have the opportunity to be in that environment. So I want to bring that environment to where we live. So I like to go all out. You know, Halloween props are expensive. Even to the smallest prop, $200, $300. So
Yeah.
most of the props that I make them at home. Me and my daughter, we make them. My wife and my other little girl, we all as a group, get that stuff together. So that's one of my passions.
Yeah, okay, because I seen your work, your Halloween work, man, and that's nice. You are very creative. I think it was last year you did the Inside Out World or
Yeah. Stranger Things. Yeah,
Stranger Things
yeah,
theme.
yeah. And I made the costumes and everything.
I
And
saw that.
like I said, it's low budget, but to me, like, it's my work, and I'm proud of it, and I feel it is good. And people in my neighborhood, everybody loves it. I get about 1,000 people visit my house every year for Halloween.
Nice. And you still give out candy.
Yeah, give out candy. Yeah, and that's how I keep count of how many people come to my house. We actually give potato chips because like that you have a count, right? So we buy boxes and boxes,
Oh, right.
and whatever we give out, we math. We get our math. Oh, we got
Right.
about this many people this year, and that's not counting the parents because they come with the parents, and everybody gets wild and everybody takes pictures in my house and stuff like that. It's crazy.
No, you do very good work, man. The pictures that I saw,
Yeah.
it was very good work, and that was just last year. The year before, I saw that was too, and
Yeah, we did like a pirate theme and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, where did this come about? Like your passion for art, or maybe more passion for Halloween?
More passion. Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an animator. I wanted to, draw and stuff like that. So since then, I guess it's the artist in me always like that, and and I like Halloween because for me it's just it's just fun.
Yeah.
I just found it something fun and uplifting. Something for me that as a kid we all need that, and for me I guess that's where it comes from. The kid inside me.
No, that's hey. I think we need that though. I mean, as we grow up, we sometimes push that aside. It pushes
Yeah.
the kid in us aside, which takes away curiosity.
Yeah.
Right. And doesn't let us explore new things because as an adult we say, well, I'm too old for that.
Yeah, even as a grown ass man, I started collecting figurines.
Yeah.
So I buy like stuff from when I was growing up, like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. Like characters, Batman. Like little figurines that just that I want to collect. So stuff that sometimes when we were kids we couldn't afford to buy or whatever. But now if we're grown, we could buy ourselves. Treat ourselves to stuff like that.
Yeah.
It gives you I don't know, I get like a feel good out of it.
No, of course. Yeah, I agree. Now you've seen the popularity, right, of figurines, action figures. I mean, and some are very expensive, but very well made. I mean,
Yeah.
you see the artistic,
Yeah.
what they do with it, the details and all that. And you're like, damn, like that one's nice. But some get there. I seen some pretty expensive figurines. I'm like, wow. But by all means, right? That's part of how you grew up, where you grew up, right?
Yeah.
And that's good, man. So then, okay, so uh, can can you say you combine maybe the two? You worked for furniture and you worked as contracting, but then you also had this artistic side. Can you say you combine the two and this gives you, greater talents to do what
I
you
would
do?
say yes because some of the stuff that we do as a business is it's called a cosmetic touch-up repair. So there's an art to it. So let's say there's let's say you spilled some acetone on your table, right? So now it already it took off all the finish of the table, right? So now you have a big old mark. So, you know, people, they don't want to spend about $2,000 fixing the table, doing the whole refinish work. So I come in a fraction of the price, and I repair just the damaged area. So I color it, I blend it, and I color match as close as possible to the eye. And yeah, it has an art to it.
Yeah, it's cosmetic, and obviously when you do your Halloween props, you do a lot of cosmetic work and painting and
painting, and
tell me. Okay, so your name got established early on, right? And you're still doing some work, and then you jumped on it, 100% 2020, right? So at 2020, you had your website.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Did you do it yourself, or did you have help, or what?
Well, actually, my daughter made my website.
Okay.
She made my website and my logo.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Wait. How'd she make your logo? You're the artistic one.
Well, my daughter's artistic. So, well, it was a combination, right?
Right,
So,
yeah.
like say, my logo, as you see here, it started, me and my wife were, like figuring it out. Like, I told her, what, I want something that looks like a shield, right? And this have different pieces of furniture, as you can see on the logo, right?
Yeah.
Like que tengo una silla, chair here, a couch here, recliner here,
Furniture.
table here, there's different, but like on a shield. So then we drew it out and stuff. Me and my wife were drawing it out, figuring it out. And then, my daughter she's more, techie, more savvy, We took the idea to her, and she like, no, that looks whack. That looks whack. And then she started messing with it on Canva, and it was like, we all did it together. But then at the end of the day, she came out with the
Finished
final
product.
design. Yeah, and that's how it came about. She did the design on my. She designed my logo. She also did the design for she did my website. I mean, not knowing nothing about making websites, I know my website still needs work, but she did the best she could. She did my Instagram. She did try to put me as many platforms as she can, and she also did all the design on my van.
Really?
So all the wrapping, she did all the design work. Is her design.
Wow.
Yeah. So as the artist, it gets passed on.
No, yeah, it's in the genes, I guess, right? And that's very unique, but that's good that you got your family involved, right? They gave you input, and obviously, if she's young, she maybe gave you the modern touch, something that needed to reflect in current times, right? Because I'm not sure how it might have been, but maybe she needed, like, what? I think we could improve it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. She gave it a different look. Like, this would look better, Dad. Oh,
Yeah.
Of course, it was what's it called? We all contributed to the idea as a family, but she did what she thought was the best, and then we all agree on it that that it came out good.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so 2020 then, you had a website, you had your logo, you had your van?
No, I didn't have a van.
No.
Previously, I was running all my service calls on a Tahoe, right? It was a 2005 Tahoe. So I was doing all my work of my Tahoe. So that did not look professional for me, right? So I wanted to look as professional as I could be, to earn the trust from the customers, right? So what I did make I made my uniform shirts look professional, made myself a uniform. So at least when, if they didn't see what I was driving when I pulled up to their house or walked into the house, my appearance looked, professional. Yeah. So that's and then, what happened is, my Tahoe was burglarized, and they stole all my equipment. So that's how I ended up having a van. I had
Yeah.
to basically start all over again because they took thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment, and that's something you acquire with time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You buy tools as you need, and now you have to buy everything you need one time.
Yeah. So you need to find a more secure method, obviously. But well, what sucks too. I mean, regardless, if robbery occurs, regardless, right? And especially as you know, your work truck, your work van looks really nice. You got it in a whole wrap,
Yeah.
right, with your logo, really professional. Right? You gotta make an appearance, right? You gotta seem professional, and they'll take you professionally.
You have to
right?
brand yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and now the only thing is that obviously people who are willing, who are out there to steal, they're gonna eyeball yours and be like, oh, you know what, he has equipment there. That's obviously a work
Yeah.
truck, which is the bad thing. But it's a good and bad thing. You're gonna, you look professional with the clientele, and that's what it matters most, regardless.
You have to brand yourself, and you can't be thinking that something's bad gonna happen. You gotta keep moving forward. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I want to grow my business. I have to establish myself, and we have to look professional. So the way we appear to people is very important. So we could appear like we're in it. We're gonna do this thing right. Like they're professional. They're showing it. We're not just putting up looking all raggedy, and it shows that this company they want to grow.
They're serious.
Yeah. And it gives you that self within yourself, like that you're making the right moves, and they're because you establish yourself a certain way, your business is gonna grow.
Yeah, I see. So, okay. Do you still find it difficult, or is it just easy because you already learned, going to people's homes, right? This is their private area, their safe space. How do you approach that? How do you keep it, consistent?
Well, you have to make your customer or client feel comfortable with you. That's why it's very important to put yourself out there, like in social media, so they could look at you and your what you do, and pictures of you and you working and stuff like that. Like they know who you are. And another thing that's very important is to have good reviews from other people, because that's what gets you in the door.
That's true.
If it's like before they even call you, they're gonna check you out.
Yeah.
They're gonna see what you're about, or how many good reviews you have and stuff like that. So that's another thing that was very important for me, that because I want to make my business grow, we gotta have a lot of reviews. That's the hardest thing to get, reviews, because people are busy, and after you get the job done, they still have their everyday life, and they, people forget, and sometimes you don't get that review that you need. But it's, you gotta be consistent and ask for their reviews, and eventually you're gonna get to the place where you have enough reviews where people read your reviews, and they trust you to come to their house. So that already opens the door. So when I get to their house, they already know that I'm gonna do good. They feel like I'm already gonna do good work, because other people already backed me up. Or Chris did good work. Chris did this for me. Or they went on Instagram and saw pictures of previous work and all that. So they're more familiar to you. And then it's the way you treat the customer as well. Like mostly I do everything by text, because I like to have everything in writing. So I text them, and I'm always trying to be nice. Tell them, after we close the appointment, I'm like, thank you for confirming your appointment. Hope you have a great week, or have a great day, or have good, just respect your customer, and treat them right.
Right. Yeah. Previous testimonial plays a big part in.
Yeah.
Now with the whole review, which sometimes it sucks, because of any small thing, people will give you a 1 star, right? And it could be the smallest thing. They're just not happy, right? Or it could just be not their day. And that could, really hurt you, right? Because if you're consistently getting good ratings, that'll hurt you.
I believe it doesn't hurt you.
No.
Because it's like there's more good than bad. And then you know, because I do have a few not good reviews.
Right.
Might be maybe a handful, but you know, let's say in Yelp I have 137 reviews. Let's say out of 137, I have 5 bad reviews. Right? So people are gonna look at that like, the odds. Like, oh, most of these guys' reviews are, and then depends on what the customer's talking about. It could be something that makes no sense to the person that's reading it.
Well, yeah, hopefully they do read that out, right? But I guess we could say, realistically speaking, I don't want to say it's not possible, but it will look rather strange if you have so many reviews that are on there, all 5 stars,
Right.
right? Because, yes, there's going to be some that are going to be less for whatever reason, right? I mean, but for you, it's very important.
Yeah.
You got to pride yourself, because that gets the next customer. And of course, that is your reputation, right? That's a lot of weight there on the ratings for you. You had your logo, you had a work truck, you had your website, and you put yourself on Yelp. And you started getting work 2020, right? And has it been mostly by those sources, or Yelp, Google, or how you think you got a lot of referrals?
To be honest, most work has been from Yelp and Google. Until now, I'm seeing that I've been seeing more direct traffic. This, people just go straight to my website, and that's why it was so important as well to wrap the van, because you're like an advertisement on wheels. People, you're putting yourself out there more, so you're driving around to different neighborhoods, and people see the van, and people sometimes they don't even know that service exists. So they get wowed by it, and they'll take a picture of the van, or scan my code behind my van, or stuff like that, and or go check out my website or my Instagram, or any media that I have on my business, and that tends for them to go more, instead of going to Yelp or Google, they go direct to the website and check me out. And and that's where I'm working on now, to get more direct traffic.
Okay, nice. And okay, so when I Googled your business, right, it was, the first line was advertising there, and it said your company, right? So for you right now, it's still effective, like advertising, because some people don't have a good experience. I'm not sure why, but so far for you, it's been working. Then
I think it depends on the type of business that you have. Because I do have a friend that he has a different business, and he didn't have the same success that I did. He felt like it wasn't worth his money. And I feel like it's more for somebody that, like me, that provides the type of service, like I do repairs, or somebody that does handiwork, or an electrician, or stuff like that. Because nowadays people they first go look there. Now my friend does therapy, right? So for him, it's like it didn't work the same. Like it's not it's a service, but in a different way. So he didn't get the same feedback that I got from for my business.
So I guess try it out, right? I guess try it out, see how it goes, and change some tactics. But I mean, if it's not working out, then see what you could change on that.
And another thing that well, regardless, you could try them out for free, but for free you're not gonna see
no, it's basic.
It's gonna be real basic. They're gonna find you there, but that's it. They're not gonna. You gotta pay for the ads. You have to pay for the ads. In other words, for you to get any type of business. Otherwise, if you just did it like the free version, you're not gonna see any results. It's gonna be very hard. It has to be something that people are specifically looking for you. Otherwise, you're not gonna be found.
Right, and then you got competition. If the
Yeah,
competition's paying for it,
yeah,
top
exactly.
dollar, then they're gonna come up
Yeah.
first. What do you believe is a common problem in your industry or the service sector? Do you see any? Is there any specific problem, or maybe something that should be perfected in the service side of business?
As far as what? I mean,
In general, let's say like if you compare any type of service business, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, home cleaning, yourself, you think there's something in that industry that should be looked at that you think needs to be improved, or
to be honest, I never even thought about that to see, something to be improved. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's always something to be improved. But I guess it'll be more like something as an individual, as a business owner, like for you to improve. You know, number one is customer service. As long as you give your customer a good customer service, they'll come back to you. But as far as like something, I believe as an individual, to improve, I guess just provide better customer service. I mean,
yeah, okay, so
yeah,
mostly that. I mean,
yeah.
obviously, okay, if you're skilled and you know what you're doing, then that's itself. But obviously, you deal with people.
Well, not that you said that. Like say something that will need to be improved is don't hire somebody that doesn't know how to do the job. As far as if it's it's a big company, don't hire people that don't know how to do the job, because they're gonna go into a customer's house and you're gonna they might have the customer service, but if they don't have the skill set, they're not gonna do a good work, and then you have to now you're losing money because then you have to send somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Don't hire just random people, and I would say the problem is training. Train people, train them real good, and have them ride with you for like a few months until you let them go on their own. I would say that will be a problem in general for any business. If you don't train your employees to do the job, then you're gonna lose revenue because people are not gonna want to hire you for that reason. So yeah, I would say people need to improve on their training.
Yeah, so have a good training program,
Yeah, good
right?
training program. Yeah,
Good training program, and obviously skills that they may learn, but still, number one priority will still be customer service,
yeah,
because that's the first thing and
yeah.
the maybe most important thing in that industry. Now on your website, I did see you have a chat button, chat section there. Is that working out? Do people contact you by that chat?
Yeah, they do, and I'm the one that answers all the chats.
Right,
Yeah,
and but so because obviously you have contact information in
right.
general, but given that you're making it easier for them to contact you,
Yeah,
do they constantly use it?
not constantly, but I do get a few people that do contact me through there, as far as getting a quote and stuff like that. So that, I guess, that would be more like direct traffic, like people that are going to my website and they decide to go into the chat and send me messages about the issue they're having. More or less, I always ask the customer to first send me photos of the item
Yeah.
with a brief description of the issue. Like that, it gives me more an idea of what the problem is and if I'm able to solve it,
Yeah, I
or
see.
if not, figure out how to solve the problem. Because sometimes every time I go to do a repair is something completely different from the last one that I just did.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm constantly learning different methods of how to repair different items. Because the picture might look like, oh, it's not that bad. Then I go to the job and I open up the couch, like say, and it's wow, like this is broken. Everything's broken. So I have to put that puzzle back together. So yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. But I guess if it does work out, right, if you're still able to convert, a few that do contact you by that, then it's still effective, right?
Yeah.
Because right now, the easier we want to make it for the customer in their experiences with dealing with website, phone or messaging, then I think that they'll put you at a overall greater experience for them, right? And which still matters. So it's like you have to, from the start, right? From your website presentation, what they see, how they judge you there, from then communicating with you, how they judge you there, then when you showing up, right, customer service, how they judge you there, and then your service, performing
Yeah.
the work. So it's a lot of steps that
Right.
really are important and critical to
Yeah.
you getting a good review, but also getting the job,
Yeah.
right? And like I said, that's demanding on your end
Yeah.
because you're constantly trying to communicate with everybody, but
Yeah.
it's part of it, right?
Yeah. It's like all day you get messages, phone calls, and I'm handling everything on my phone. So, I'm everybody. I'm
Yeah.
the guy that answers the calls. I'm the one that replies to the message. I'm the one that schedules them. I'm the one that reviews the photos. I'm the one that does the work. I'm the one that, supplies them with the invoice. You know, you're a one-man band. You got to do everything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Any thoughts? Hiring somebody soon?
That will be the next step. Hiring somebody to do some of the work. It'll be more training somebody to do, I would say, a specific job, because the job, my business, is a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would have, like, going back to what I was saying, training. I would have to train somebody like step by step. Like, for example, we're gonna do 6 months just of fixing sofas, just frames, until I know they got it right. And then another 6 months doing something different, and another 6 months doing something different. Because if it's too much for somebody, then they're just gonna not want to do the job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then okay, so you think it'd be better for you in your business at the moment if you hire somebody on the field than rather somebody in the office? Then maybe you could do the phone calls, do the invoicing and stuff like that.
With the invoice, is because everything's done at the customer's home. So once we're done with the call, first I go to the house, I take pictures of the item broken and stuff, and then I take kind of like a step by step is just being done, and then a final picture of everything done. So then I make the invoice, I put all the pictures on the invoice, and I send it to them right away, and like that, we get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it'll be more or less maybe taking calls and giving quotes. That's something that I'm trying to work on with the family. Like maybe my wife could do it or my daughter could do it, and like that. It takes some weight off of me. I focus more on doing the repair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to let go because that's my baby.
Yeah, I know, man. But eventually, right? Eventually, as you grow, then you're gonna get more overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then, well, obviously, you take all the pictures before, during, and after, right? Which serves that purpose, that proof of the job done and how it came out. But also, then obviously use those to post online, right?
Yeah, that helps. Yeah. But sometimes, I take bad pictures sometimes because, you're moving so fast because you have to do, you got to finish this one, then go to the next one. So I try to do my best. It's not all great. My daughter, she like, hey, Dad, you got to take good pictures, blah, blah. But then, it's hard. And she thought it wasn't hard until she started working with me. So she went to work for me for about 3 months, and she came to find out that it's not as easy as she thought. That and she was being my helper. I was doing most of the work, and she was struggling. Like, taking pictures or videos and stuff like that, and she can, you know, it's not like something he wanted to do. It's just like things happen so fast.
It's the process,
Yeah,
of everything.
you just got to get it done because you got 2 or 3 other calls waiting for you. So
Yeah.
that's why I guess that's where the name comes in, right? Quick fix.
No, well, yeah, you want to do it as fast as possible, as professional as possible.
Yeah.
And at times it'll go right past you of quality photos, because that's not your main concern.
Yeah, because to get the job done,
Right.
and get the job done right, where the customer is satisfied with the end result of the product.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. She got firsthand experience, but
Yeah.
yeah, I see that. So, did you any point in time, right, to go, even pandemic, maybe it was still rather slow. Did you had to borrow any money? Did you had any costs that you couldn't put up at the start?
No, I didn't borrow no money from anybody.
No.
No,
Those
it was all just from our income in my household.
So what you had already,
Yeah.
and you went on, and obviously whatever money you started making, then you
Yeah,
put it back
recycle
in.
it. Yeah, you gotta recycle the money, put it back in the business
Okay.
until to make it grow, make that pot grow.
Okay. So okay, let me ask you this. So if you had the option, right? The option came about that you're able to get a loan or some funds, right? Where do you think you'll put that?
If I were to get, like say, a loan, right? I think I will open up a shop because right now it's just me and the van, right?
Mobile.
And most of if any work I have to take it, I'll take it home. So I would say if I would get any finance, is for me to open up a shop and grow the business that way, where there's some jobs that can be done at somebody's house, right? So that will be something that help me grow my business. Maybe hire a team and have more work done at some work at the shop, and now we have somewhere where people could bring you their furniture, because some people they want to like they rather bring it to you than have you go to their house.
Yeah.
There's different customers too.
Yeah.
They have their own ideas of how they want things done. Some people they want you to do it there. They're fine with that. There's people that want to bring it to you, and that's the way it goes.
Okay. Yeah, I see. So yeah, a good workshop where you could obviously make as much noise and
Yeah.
mess, and not worry about like, oh, they got neighbors or they got something going on. And obviously when it comes to wood cutting,
Yeah.
all that debris, or metal cutting for that. But okay, I see. So what has been a recent investment that you have put into your business that you think has paid off?
Well, it would be the wrapping on my van. Yeah,
Yeah.
that really paid off. Because before, well, it was just a white van, and now after I got it wrapped, now people see the van, and like I said, they scan the QR code behind the van, and you get more customers calling you that way.
They do say like, oh, I saw you driving,
Yeah,
and
yeah, they do say that. I saw your van, and I decided to call you.
there goes opportunities, huh?
Yeah. So that helps a lot, because you have that exposure that people, like I said, it's a fly around wheels, and everybody's looking at you, and if they need the service, you're in a stoplight and you're reading it, and I didn't even know somebody did that, so let me call this guy and find out.
That's true.
So yeah, I would say that investment that has paid off a lot.
Okay. What has been a recent challenge that you have faced, and how did you overcome it?
A recent challenge. Well, I would say my recent challenge would be, and I feel like I still haven't overcome it. I would say get marketing. Marketing for me right now. I feel like my business has right now plateaued. Like it's steady
Yeah.
and it hasn't grown.
Mm.
So I feel that's a the issue that I'm having now. I'm looking for other resources of how to market my business, another, to give it a little push to go up.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I tried other stuff like other companies to promote my business or market my business, but I don't feel like I have got any results that help the business. So yes, that's where I'm at right now.
Mm. Yeah. So something that will take you a step further,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Then what is the next
yeah,
step
yeah,
to doing from what you're doing now and get more
yeah.
clientele?
Get more clientele and like that. I'm able to get employees
Mm-hmm.
and help me get the job done.
So can you say that you've had any challenges as a minority business owner?
As far as
In any way, any obstructions, anything that you think has stopped you just because being Latino, being person of color,
you know
being
what, to be honest, I guess my mindset is so different that I don't think about that stuff.
Mhm.
Like, to me, everybody is just people.
Right.
Doesn't this and it doesn't matter white, green, yellow. It doesn't matter, and or where where you are financially. To me, I see everybody just everybody's a blank page. We're all just people. So I don't. You know, the only issue I would see is that we hold ourselves back as people to not move forward in the things that we want to do with our lives. Nobody nobody holds you back. Um, you stop yourself, your self doubt. Uh, you not wanting to do those things or take the step because of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as my being Latino, being Mexican, being Chicano, for me, I feel like it hasn't held me back in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we as people sometimes hold ourselves back because we're thinking about what other people are thinking when they cannot be thinking anything, and they could just be, they're just people, and that's the way I see things. That you go as far as you want to go. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
stopping you. You could accomplish whatever you want. Even if nobody has your back, you could accomplish. You could get what you want done. Just give it 100% and don't give up no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You do you. So that's the way I see it.
Okay. No, that's good, right? You got to be confident within yourself, right? You got to believe within yourself. And I just thinking, obviously, then you go, you drive around, but you hit different neighborhoods,
Yeah.
right? And sadly, not everybody sees everybody the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's just the way they are. But it's like, you know, did you get any? No, I was gonna say if you got any like pushback buying a truck. But I'm thinking the salesman wanted to sell you a truck, so regardless, he was gonna be happy if anything. But
Well, you know
getting
what?
a loan, getting
I
anything,
was in the van. I bought it with Craigslist.
oh, okay,
Yeah. So I
cash,
bought it cash.
yeah,
So and I bought it from some white folks up in San Pedro, very nice people, and they were happy. It was like they were happy to help me out, and they had already, you know, I found the van, and then the customer. I went to the man and tried to buy it, and he's like, "Oh, I already sold it."
mm,
Right? Somebody came. We had a meeting at 3 o'clock, and it's already sold.
mm-hmm,
And I'm like, "What? You told me to come here at 3 o'clock, right?" So I was the 3 o'clock. So and I came ready. I came ready to take the van. I came with my wife. We were ready to buy the van, and he said, "Well, it's sold already."
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, I talked to you and you told me to come at 3:00. So then he got in an argument with his wife. He's like, hey, you told me that guy was a 3:00 guy, the one that came before me. He's like, oh no, he was just walking by and he saw the van. And he's like, so he come. So then the man said, he's like, old school. He's like, you know what, man? I'm a man of my word. So check out the van. And if you want it, we'll work something out. I'll call you later after I tell that guy que no se va a hacer, So then, on the flip of the switch, he's like, you know what? If you like the van, you could take it. And he wanted like 13,000 for it, right? So he's like, and I'm gonna give it to you for 12 for it because he felt bad that that they messed up. So yeah, that same day we took the van, and the man is like, don't worry about it. I'll tell the guy. He didn't give no deposit anyway, so it's like, but he was that type of man that he's a man of his word, and if I told somebody it's gonna be it, it's gonna be it.
Right.
So
right.
He kept his word with me. He said come 3:00. I did what he said. So he's like, so it's really your van if you want it.
Right.
So yeah.
He man of his word. He honored his word, but there was confusion involved.
Yeah.
Right. Of who was what. That's a good deal, though.
Yeah, I was blessed. Yeah,
that was a good deal.
Because I was looking for a van for like about 6 months, and I couldn't find one.
Oh yeah. And
they were like 20, 18,000. I even tried to buy one at the auction with one of my brothers because he had his own business as well. He sells car parts and stuff like that. So, and not even him. He at that time everything was super expensive. Yeah, so I would say that I'm blessed with that.
Yeah. See, like that was just right for you, huh?
Yeah, because somebody took my truck and they took the engine out and everything. They dismantled it. Like I couldn't. It became totaled. So with that money from my Tahoe, I was able to purchase this van.
And now it's a family van.
Yeah.
No. The Tahoe, you guys, did you use it as a family truck?
No, no. Well, yes, at first, yes. Until I just
until you took over with the business.
As I told us, okay, ain't nobody ready in here no more. So I put even a wood platform in the back.
You took out the seats and all that. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you had them customizing. So, okay. Where do you find inspiration? Or what inspires you?
Inspires me. Other people inspire me. Like people that are entrepreneurs. Like you inspire me. Just with this show, you inspire me. Like, I like what you're doing. I like people that want to help themselves. They want better for their lives. People that want to grow. If that helps me. Like, man, if he's doing it, man, I could do it too. Gives you that ganas, like, hey, yeah, we could do this. We could do it. That I that's how I get inspired when I see other people success. It makes me happy. Like, oh, especially when it's people from our background, people they grew up like us, and it's very inspiring for them to want the same. They want to grow. They want to bring different things to their families, to their kids, their parents, and show them that que sí se puede.
Yeah,
that what inspires me.
Let's say you mentioned, right, you took your daughter on the ride with you for a while and stuff like that. Was it more for that she wanted to, or was it more that you wanted to teach her something else, like give her another perspective?
Well, it was more that she wanted to. She wanted to go with me because she's like, that she wanted to learn how things are done, right?
Yeah.
But then for me, it became more like, you know what? I don't have sons. I only have daughters. So, it's good for them to know, because when I grow the business, I want them to know, the ins and outs.
Yeah. What's one cool thing you think people don't know about your industry or what you do?
What's one cool thing? It's another one. I thought about something being cool.
No, I mean, I don't know. Whatever you think is cool, right? I mean, I could say something's cool, but even you may not agree.
Yeah.
But
Well, I guess something cool that you could, like, as far as like say, like touching up, like it's cool that you can make that damage disappear on when you're doing a repair. As far as like when it could be wood or leather, that there was a tear there, now the tear is gone. So that's pretty cool. That's amazing. Well, I would say some customers find it amazing. Yeah, like I'll go to their house and they got this big stain on their like say watermarks on their table, and I get to work and they're gone, and they're like, wow, like I never knew. It's amazing. What you're doing is amazing. I never thought that somebody could do this. I thought I was stuck with watermarks, and stuff like that. So I guess that will be one of the things that, that is cool, and that other people find that you're cool.
yeah, no, that's fine. Like I said, everybody sees it different, but
Yeah.
of course, by the feedback you got, and
Yeah.
they like it.
Yeah.
What do you think it takes someone to run a business? What do you think are maybe some characteristics you think is needed?
It takes a lot of discipline and a lot of positive thinking, and a lot of you gotta be a hard worker. And don't think about too much about the what ifs, because if you're thinking too much about the what ifs, then you're never gonna get it done. So you gotta be a doer. You gotta get it done. Like Nike says, just do it, just like that. You gotta be a person that's just gonna do it, and don't overthink what may not happen. So I think that's one of the biggest things. You have to be like that, and you have to have a strong mindset that don't let other people tell you or put their thinking into your head. You got to be strong minded that, you know what, I'm gonna make it, it's gonna happen because I say it's gonna happen. So that, for me, that's some characteristics that you will have to move forward and get your business started.
Yeah, because of course, when you're an employee, I mean, kind of the work is handed to you,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they got the work, however they got the work, and here you go.
You got to chase it every day.
Yeah.
Every day. We got to keep on hustling. I always, one of the things I like to say is, like, get that money. So you got to, every day you got to be hustling. You got to be on it every day. Like, basically, you're never off. Just, you work harder than working for somebody, but then, the winning for you is that you control your time. You own your time. If you don't want to go do a job tomorrow, then you don't schedule it for tomorrow. You're off. If your kid has to go do a play, hey, I'm not working tomorrow, or I'm starting late after that play starts, or I'm ending my day early. So, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
So do lightning round questions.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So who do you admire and follow that influences your business mentality?
Well, you know what? I don't have nobody that I would say that I follow, or I don't have any mentors, so I'm blank on that one. I don't have nobody that I follow or that be like, oh, that guy's, he's a man, or no, I don't. I'm just trying to find somebody.
No. What?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe don't think about it like somebody in a first person basis, but maybe somebody that's out there. Because some people, so to speak, admire and follow and worship Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And they just go based on what he shows. I mean, I'm obviously I don't know that guy real good or anybody else for that point, but somebody say, oh, Steve Jobs from Apple, the way he did business or the way he moved on, right? So sometimes, in that perspective, if there's any, right, somebody who you admire that said, oh, I think this guy or this person that I, heard of or seen documentaries, build a good empire or something like that. Sometimes in that sense, you know
Yeah.
what I
I
mean?
mean, I like your explanation, but I guess I haven't put a thought into that or thought about nobody that comes to mind for me that, you know, that I feel like, oh man, that guy, he doing it right. Like, I want to someday be like him or stuff like that, right? I haven't found somebody that I guess that I felt like that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, what is one thing that you benefited from social media?
Exposure of the business and myself. Yeah, I would say that would be the one thing.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. You obviously show your work, right?
Yeah.
Any books, articles, quotes that you have came by and want to share? Sí se puede.
I guess just do it like Nike. I guess just that's my thing. Is just do it. Just get it done. That yeah.
You'll figure it out, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm pretty simple.
No, you are who you are, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is, right? And everybody, is different. What is your definition of wealth?
Wealth. That's a good one. Wealth will be, just being able to do as you want when you want, and have everybody in your family taken care of, and you don't have to worry about the money. Just because you're wealthy, right? So that's my thinking. Like, as long as wealth is, taking care of your family, having a good life, and having those people who love you and that you love around me, that will be wealth.
Okay. Okay. What advice would you give a younger you?
A younger me, I'll give my younger me, like, just do it, Chris. Like, don't give up. There's a light in the tunnel. Like, I'll be like, get it done right now. Don't wait for later. The faster you get there, the faster you get to where you want to go. So that would be what I would say to my younger self. Continue your journey. You're going the right way. Just a little pep talk. Like, if you could do it, Chris. Like, like you said, si se puede, Chris. Si se puede. Échale ganas. Your thinking is there. You're gonna arrive as soon as you know. You're gonna know it. Yeah.
And which do you choose, tequila or coffee?
I'll say tequila. Yeah, I like tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not too much of a drinker, but I'll drink tequila.
tequila.
Yeah,
Añejo, silver.
I'll take the silver. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, Christian, I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you, man, for having me.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well,